thank you, Creator. Hallelujah to the only true and wise King. He is Master. God, my scarf. He is Master, Savior, Yahuwah, Elohim, and King. He rules, reigns in power, splendor, and might. And he created all things, and by him all things are created. And then turned around and said, it's good. Hallelujah. Blessings. Blessings, fam. I'm so glad that you are in class with me today. I'm thankful for the Most High. He is just so awesome. I want to shout out, first of all, before I get my class started, I want to shout out to Brother Jacob. That award show was fantabulous. My first time, I've never been to anything like that before. People all over the U.S. came, and it was just like, we were so, it was nothing like it. Just like a family reunion. And for all those that we met and we saw, you are the reason why we're here. Fam, to join in together, bring healing, health, wholeness, and soundness to the family. And all the things that the Father has done for us. We believe that the leaves of the field are good for the healing of the nations, and they heal us. And I just shout out to Brother Jacob. It was so wonderful. Family, and then he and Sister Jada just outdid it. It was, like I said, I can't say it enough. I've never been to anything like that before, and it was a blessing. And I'm so grateful for all ones that I met. Thank you for coming up and sharing who you are to me. Now I know you face to face now. And just who you are and all the wonderful things. I met my family in Kansas and Alabama and Tennessee and Mississippi. Even shout out to Texas. My baby drove all the way from Texas by herself. I said, go ahead, girl. That unidentified sheep, baby. That girl did that 13, 14 hours, just drove it all by herself. Shout out to my love. You did a good one. She said she was praying and reading the scriptures and talking and all that on the way. And that was just a blessing. So shout out to all my family. You know, I told someone this weekend, my family that came to visit, I said, you know what? I said, everybody under 65, 67, actually under 75, I call them my babies. And she's just like, always calling back, because everybody under those ages, I told her 65, but actually it's 70s. All those are my babies. So I praise the Most High. And I got a chance to meet some of the babies that were there, my little 14 and 13-year-olds that are watching me online. I just want to love on you even the more. I try to restrain myself from grabbing them and holding them, because I was like, they wouldn't understand, but they just looked. I'm like, thank you, Creator. So all praise to the Most High for you. And it was such a blessing. And Brother Daniel and Ish did that meat, that lamb. Oh, all my family. It was so that my husband, Mr. reminded me of, that I did not get any. Somebody had many pieces. We won't say how many. And many pieces. But all praise to the Most High. All was so awesomely wonderful. And I want to give praise to the Most High for that. Shout outs to my babies who are out there. Let everyone know EMABarbsHealthCorner is live and well. Now, after this, we're not going to say how we're going to be recording. Once we get this down pat, we're going to be recording and we're going to send them in. So some of them from here on out, some of them won't be live. So they'll be already pre-recorded, just to let you know. But they'll be uploaded. Yes, ma'am. Uploaded. And I am practicing on contact me by EMABarbsHealthCorner at EMABarbsHealthCorner@gmail.com. I got to get it down pat this time, because to buy a problem, I won't be there for it. So I will have that in there. You know, one of the things, let me say this before we begin our class. Another thing, there was someone that asked me about hay fever. Now babies, oh shoot. This is what I want to say, not hay fever, but the pollen that's going on now. You're having issues with your eyes. And I brought a few things today that we're going to talk a little bit about cleansing the eyes from the pollen and allergies. Allergies, and I know you hear, and I bet you say, Ema, I hear you say this often, but family, this is for those who are not in the class as much. And so we want to make sure that you all are aware of what to do when this pollen comes and you get those itchy eyes. So family, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use something like, and these are just a few things. This is colloidal silver. It's going to come up, and they won't be able to get this particular brand because of COVID. But this is something. This is like colloidal silver. And the colloidal silver, can you see that?
I was trying to kind of move this a little bit on the come back in.
Okay. Colloidal silver. And what I...
Just a little bit. There we go. That's somewhat better.
Got it.
Take it out a little bit. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, colloidal silver, sometimes I tell you all, my personal, sometimes I do in the mornings. Colloidal silver is one of those things that I clean my eyes with in the mornings. And I just take a Q-tip and use the Q-tip just a little bit. And I'm sorry I didn't bring my Q-tip today. But next time I'll be able to pull it up at home because I'll be right there. Just take it, dip it, and put it in this, and put dip it in the Q-tip in the solution. And what you're going to do is open up the part of your eye and do it underneath the eyeball, in between that little crease between the eyeball, the muscle, and the eyeball underneath. And that's what you're going to do, clean it out. And you'll see some of the things that's in there. You'll see mucus or whatever that's built up. You know how you see things at the bottom, inside the bottom of the eye. You'll be able to just pull that out. This is for one of my babies. And we're dealing with the pollen in her eyes. And she says her eyes swell. And I'm thinking that since she has that issue, there must be more than one out there here that do. So this is for that. And then when you go to cleanse your eyes, I have just, did I bring it? Hold on 1 second. I've taken, now you don't have to use this particular brand, family. You don't have to use this particular brand. But this is just an example. I always keep this in my bag as an example in case something. Normally I have the big granules, larger granules that you can take and you can dissolve it. And all you do, if it's this fine, if this is all you can find, this is all natural Himalayan salt. And it has all the minerals over, there's so many minerals in here. Over 84, something like that, over 84 minerals in here, 84 to 90 different types of minerals in this. And this is Himalayan salt. You can use Himalayan salt or you can use sea salt. Sea salt or Celtic salt. That's better than table salt. As we said, the salt is 1/3%. And this is, you can find this out, fam. It's 1/3% glass, 1/3% sand, and another 1/3% is this actual salt. And that's in table salt. So you want to be careful with that. And like I said, we normally use the larger ones to make sure that it's not any glass, because glass, as you know, and sand won't dissolve. And you just take that, and what you're going to do, you're going to cup your eyes. And I'm going to use just, this is an example. When you find a shot glass, you have a shot glass, you know, those small shot glasses. After you take the salt, do not use, listen to your imam, do not use tap water. Please, because tap water, it will build mold and mildew in your eyes. It's going to do that, and it's not really what you're supposed to be using. So if you can possibly help it, don't use tap water. Use distilled or even purified water. If you only have purified water. And what you do is shake it up really well. You put the water in there, shake it up really, really well until it dissolves. And after it dissolves, you pour it in your shot glass and cup the eye. So it's open at the bottom, and you're getting underneath, and then you open it and then you cover it. Make sure so that the water is not dripping on your face. And you roll your eye from left, right, up, down. Exercise your eye. Just exercise your eye. Exercise your eye for about 1 minute per eye. And when you open it up, after you get it out, and you hold it down like this to wipe your eye, you'll see all those little particles that of allergens that are in the bottom of that cup. You can see them. Or either if it's a clear glass, which we hope it's a clear shot glass, or you can go to Walmart. You can go to Walmart or Walgreens and ask them for an eye wash cup, and they would have them there. But it's clear. Get the clear one, so you can actually see the toxins that when you just hold it up to the light, you can see it. Literally see all the toxins that you're pulling from your eyes. You can do this as much as you want during the day because it makes your eyes feel so much better, and it takes the inflammation out and it cleanses your eyes. So that's for my baby that has the issues with allergies during this time, and the pollen goes into her eyes and for your nose. Now, for the second thing, we're going to, let me say this, you say, Ema, it's all, I can't breathe. I need to be able to breathe. It's pollen. I have a headache. It makes my head hurt. Your head hurts. And just do the same thing. We're going to take the saline, but let me show you what I brought something for you today to show you. Remember now, look at the other classes, and we talked about this before. But this is, like I said, for some, this is a review over some things that we've already said in the classes before. And I need you to go back, fam, and look at that class where we talked about how to clean your eyes and your sinuses from pollen, over the seasonal allergies. These are seasonal allergies, and they're easy to remedy, but you've got to know what to do. And this is sterile, so it's sterile. It's sterile salt. It's sterile salt. If you don't want to order it, you can go to Walmart. They have it in a box, and I'll show you how it's going to come. You got it? And it's going to come in a container, in a blue box, and it has. Now, please look at the class before. This is mine, so it looks kind of. It has clover silver in it, so it's not really very anything. It's going to come with a pack like this, and just this. It's going to come like this. So, fam, so sometimes when you hear me, whether it be on the phone or early in the morning or whatever, and you hear me blowing or you hear me sniffling, that's because I've used my Clinton nasal wash, and I'm pushing out all the other toxins that have built up. And then we're going to talk about some other things really quickly. But what you're going to do, use distilled water, again, up to that line. The reason why a lot of people have the issues, they say, oh, it doesn't work, and I'm still suffering. The reason being, because I need you to keep in mind, use distilled water and not tap water. Even if it means buying a bottle of water, making sure it's purified or distilled, you can use one of these. And just buy a couple of these. You know, you can go to Walmart or Aldi's has purified water or distilled water in these little bottles for, I think, 24 in a thing. But Sam's, and I'm not throwing names out there just to help. Sam's have them, or Aldi's have them 40 for $2 and something odd cents. So you can go and get these. These are purified or distilled water, and you can fill that in there with this. Then come back, because as we talked before, your colloidal silver is an antibacterial, antifungal. It will kill bacteria on the spot. It'll kill bacteria, viruses, and these type of allergens on the spot. So you want to use this, put this in there, and remember we talked about for those that are really congested and you want to get rid of, this is it's alcohol. You can order this. Their prices because of COVID has gone up. So if you find it on sale, excellent. I think the best one that I found was, now the cheapest I found this was like 3 for $21.99. You can get 3, but this is one of those all naturals in here. It's no additive, no process, anything like that. This is all natural in here in this bottle. And what they do, it moists the area and it helps the colloidal silver to break all that up. And once it goes in your sinuses, just like cleaning your sinuses all up in here. And it will help, but it'll wash out the allergens, the pollen, the mold, the mildew out of your sinuses. Now, sometimes you might have to do that more than once. You can do it once in the morning and then come back if need be and do it in the afternoon to cleanse all that pollen and mold and mildew from your sinuses. Now, you know what, the reason why I brought this, because you know what you can do? I talked to our son and he bought one of those things that goes and what it does, it's one of those big things and it just goes through you. So it does it automatically, put it up to your nose and it's one of those big things and it goes through the sinuses and cleans out. But you know what? Water bottles. You know the water bottles that have, and you can go to Dollar Tree or something like that. You know the dollar that has a taller thing? This one is short. This is just analogy of what you can use. You can use one a little bit taller. Find those ones with a little bit taller spout and make sure it's round. And you can use this, make sure it's a little bit taller. You know, that type, you make it a little bit taller than this. And what you can do, you can take the distilled water and your saline salt or Himalayan salt or distilled Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, or so a lot of times if I can't use Himalayan salt, I'll use Celtic salt or sea salt. And sometimes I'll mix it in together and do it. I leave one of these kind of bottles in the bathroom already covered. And so in the mornings when I go to clean my eyes, I have it there. Because it's salt in a bottle, and I just clean my eyes with the eye wash and just clean it and keep it moving. My husband knows that every morning I clean my eyes out from different allergens and things like that. And so what you want to do, you can use this, put some salt in here, use your salt, use your distilled or purified water in here. And what you can do is take this, make sure it's dissolved, all the way dissolved. And then you can use your sinuses, to clean your sinuses now. You can take this with your alcohol and put your alcohol in there. And you can put your colloidal silver. Only thing you need is maybe 4 to 5 drops of your colloidal silver in this. If you're gonna, depending on how much you're gonna put in there. If you use this much, 4 to 5 drops of colloidal silver. And then you can only use you can put about 2 to 5, up to 5 teaspoons to soften if you have issues with softening up in that mucus and all that. And you can put that in there and shake it really well. And you can go back and go, and this is just I was just showing something real cheap if you can't get anything else. Real cheap. And what you do, squeeze it up this side of the nostril and it comes out here. Squeeze it up on this side and it comes out here. And you can do that. I'm saying if you do not have this, and if you don't have that, and if you want more just to cleanse it out, this is one quick, simple, it only costs a couple dollars, maybe not even $1 at the dollar store for one of these. And you just want to cleanse it out, and you'll get used to it. First, for those that are not used to it, it'll sound like you're drowning. It'll feel like you're drowning, but it's not. But it's pushing those sounds, and you're going to be blowing all that out. But it releases this pressure as a headache. It releases the headache pressure, so you won't have that issue with headache because it's cleaning all that pollen out, so you don't have that. The next thing I wanted to tell you guys. With that, once you clean this out, then don't forget you need to continue to blow it out. So don't swallow it just because we don't want it to have it cause a sore throat or anything with the digestion. If you're having issues at night, now please go back and look at the prior classes. If you're having issues at night and you can't not sleep, someone said that to me, said, Emma, I can't sleep at night because I'm so congested. You can do that, but make sure you clean your pillows, because remember when you're out and about, that pollen gets on you, and especially this time in the spring or the fall when the pollen is high. So make sure you have clean pillowcases at least every other day at least every 3 days during this time. You can do it as much as you want, but no less than 3 days, because it keeps the pollen, because I know that if you've woken up in the night and you have to breathe from your mouth, or you breathing and you're saying, this is not, for some reason, I can't sleep. This is what you might want to do. And then we also said that onions, you can put an onion in the room, or even use bay leaves. Go back and see the class, and you'll see how we said to kill the mold and the mildew, and the bay leaves, which will kill mold and mildew in your body and around about in your room. So those are just a few helpful hints I wanted to make sure you guys knew about. The onion. Remember, onions are quercetin, and so is garlic. Garlic are quercetins. You know, one of the things you can do is, for those who love, and I keep saying I'm going to stop on this one, but I'm just letting you guys know. One of the things that you can use is for a little drink, and which helps boost your immune system and fight against those pollens. You could do a pineapple, juice some pineapple, some ginger, put a cucumber in there, or you can use celery, or all of the above. And make it like a little drink for yourself, and juice it and drink it down, which will help build up your, get rid of the histamines. It acts as an antihistamine for your body. Remember, pineapples are antihistamine, garlic, ginger, antihistamine, your onions are antihistamine, and your we said ginger, garlic, onions, pineapple are antihistamines. Those are in the antihistamine family. So you want to keep that build up, and then it's good for the digestion as well. That digestive system, and you can do that. And then, ladies, don't forget you can do the sesame seeds, and then you can also do your clove and put that in your mouth during the day, and that helps build and boost your immune system, and it fights against the histamines that are in the air. One way to think, and lemons and limes and grapefruit, you can add, even with that little pineapple concoction, you can add, be creative with it. Do like us and add a little bit of grapefruit. You know, we love grapefruit, and put that in there and see how that tastes. I love that part. I haven't given it to the family here, the class yet, with the grapefruit yet. But now that they know that that's what I use in my personal, I know they're going to want to taste that as well with it. So that's one way of adding to the antihistamine. If you think of it like this, all those things, if you take the skin and you bend it over, and if it has that like a little fresh out, like a mist, those are things that help with histamine. When you open your onion, or think of your onion, when you open your onion, what happens? This mist comes out and it irritates, we say it irritates the eyes, but for us, it's like it cleanses the eyes and it makes sure that everything is clean. So it makes you cry, which you're getting rid of, washing the eyes with that. Think of that way. And those are antihistamines, things that fight against the histamine in the area, antihistamines. And they cleanse, and it's good for the digestive system, because during this time, family, you want to make sure your digestive system is clean. Make sure your digestive system is clean. Don't put a lot of toxins in there and things like that during this time. Don't do it ever, but we're going to say it this time, especially with your pollens and things, allergens that are mold and mildew, because remember this, some people in my house just love cheese. Pause. Think about it. Anyway, so I love cheese. And because someone in our house loves cheese, I have to watch it, because I have to make sure, because this is mold, actually mold. And they used to say mold is penicillin, but this particular type of mold is not. It's not penicillin. Pause. Here we go. So it's a different kind of mold. And so we have to put spirulina in your diet. Spirulina, you know, the blue green blue algae type of thing, that's a powder, and it's so good for the body, and it brings oxygen back, and plus it's good for the brain, of course that is, and that's why we like that. But anyway, chlorophyll is good. Let's see, chlorophyll or chlorella, spirulina, moringa is good. We like our green leafy vegetables. Remember, green leafy vegetables are so good. They're so packed with many, and we're going to really get to that, the many B complexes. Green leafy vegetables are one of those things that, the Father just has it to clean our digestive system. It cleanses all our internal bodies. It helps the gut, the colon. And it puts all those things, it keeps you from being tired. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't tell you what I had. I had something green in the refrigerator that I made the other day, and it was wonderful. We had chlorella, we had ashwagandha, we put spirulina in there, we put kale and kelp in there, we put and made all those green stuff that's really good, and then turned around and put some dates. I know somebody signed that they don't like that stuff, but however, and put some dates in there and put some coconut milk, and it was just so good for the body, and it gave me energy, and it's just so good for the body, I'm telling you, especially during this time. But B6 is one of those things that is good, and it has that in it. I forgot, I put alfalfa too in it, and it was just wonderful. Oh my Creator and King. And then I turned around and put a little, and you say, oh, Mom, why you do all that green stuff? Some people say it's all green stuff. But listen, alfalfa I put in there, and then when I put the alfalfa in and I came back and mixed in a little nettle. And oh my King and Creator, that was some good stuff. All greens. And then I had cucumbers. And after I had the cucumbers, and I added some celery, and I ate some celery with some hummus, which is wonderful. You know all these things. And my body was like saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just loved it. But anyway, So these are just some things during this time of the year when you guys saying, we need, Emma, what do I do to fight this pollen? And don't forget, you want to make sure that these healthy nutrients are in there, and it helps heal and fight the histamines that are in there, the pollen, the mold, the mildew. And listen, family, when you don't know that you, and like I said, I keep saying, go back to the other classes where we talked about how to rid the body of mold and mildew. Don't forget, you can take a little bit of cinnamon and or clove, and that's why I say keep cloves in your mouth during this time, because the cloves will help with mold and mildew and all that type of thing. So you want to keep them, or you can use your licorice stick, which is one thing that we love, the licorice stick, and put it in our mouths. And you know what, ladies, don't forget you can use the fennel. I gave my fennel away and I was looking for it today, and I said I didn't have a chance to, but oh man, I gave it away. And that's what I was looking for this morning, today, so that I can be chewing on my fennel. And those are some things that you can do that does add to your recovery from these allergens during this time of the season. Don't forget your B complexes, family. Your B complexes fight for you, making sure that everything is in tone and in shape. Your B complexes, you want to make sure. But let me finish telling you about the spray. You can either use cinnamon extract or clove, and you can mix it in. It sounds like for some people, what we used to experience when we were going through, when we did celebrate Christmas, and it has that Christmas smell. But don't do the Christmas thing. We already know that already. But you can spritz that around, and it kills mold and mildew and bacteria. If you want to be really high on it, you can add a little citrus like orange or lime or grapefruit to it, and put that in there and shake it up. Put it in a bottle, make about 5 or 6, maybe 10 or 12 drops, and then turn around and put the rest of it in a bottle. I normally have a spritz bottle that I keep around here, and I put it in a bottle, all those mixtures, and I shake it up really well, and I add a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of water. And what it does, it's shaken up, and you can spritz it, and it kills viruses, bacteria, all of this in the room. So there's some things that you might want to do, but keep in mind that you might not want to do it at night, because it will keep you up a little bit, because it will give you a little bit more energy. So if you're going to do it at night and you need something on your pillow, you can use lavender, you can use Roman chamomile. Some people pronounce it in other countries. I found this out the other day. Some people pronounce it chamala. But it's actually, it's what we call in the Middle West here is chamomile. You can put a little chamomile, Roman chamomile in it, and you can drink the chamomile, because the chamomile will also help with allergies as well. That's one of the other things that you can drink, and it helps with allergies. So my babies won't have to suffer from this allergy season. We could fight it. Make sure that you keep onions in your diet. So and I hear you now. I have a family member that does not like onions, but onions, believe it or not, is a quercetin, like we started to say. And you can keep the onions in your diet. Keep your parsley. Oh, and listen to this, family. You could even do parsley water. Drink your parsley water during the day, and that's another thing that fights allergens. And it fights for you on your behalf. And make sure you add it to your meals, your onion, your garlic, your parsley in your meals. These are some things that fight for you on your behalf. The next thing, family, and then I'm going to stop. So if you are not caught up with me, just rewind and replay it and listen and write it down. And those are just some things that you can use for your allergies. Another thing, and I love my little mixture that I do in the morning, and those that know me already, you say, Ema, you drink your lemon, your ginger, and your turmeric every morning. I try to every morning, and I keep it already. I have some in my refrigerator already made, so today what I just did, I just shook it up a little bit, and I already had the turmeric root, I had the garlic root, and I had a little extra in there, and I had a little lemon and lime already in there, and I just turned it up and drank it cold instead of drinking it hot. And then first thing I did was my cayenne pepper. Family, did you know that cayenne pepper and that vinegar really helps during this time? That vinegar is one of the things that you might want to note on your list. Make it on your list that the apple cider vinegar fights against the mold and the mildew. Also, it helps boost your digestive system to prepare you for the allergies, and it fights for you because it fights allergies as well. So I normally do my cayenne pepper tea. Shout out to Brother Levi Raphael, all praise to the Most High. And you can do that, fam, and then mix it. And then afterward, I did my turmeric ginger mixed tea and just drank it from the refrigerator. So sometimes I'll have it like that, and sometimes I'll heat it up. So just to let you know, these things do work. The leaves of the field are good for the healing of the nations. We just have to know when and how to use them. And it's something as simple as that. For the babies that are having little allergies, issues, just take it. If they won't keep their eyes open for it, and I know sometimes you have to work with them and help them out, just add, when you're giving them their food, add extra onion and garlic to it, and allow them to develop a taste for it that helps. Apples are good as an antihistamine. Apples are good. You can use apples as an antihistamine, and make that little pineapple drink that we spoke about. And these are for allergies, and it boosts your system up. I just had to throw that out there for and all the toxins in the air. They might not have enough B6s in their system. So make sure they have B6s, and only remember give them during the day. Give them during the day. And you have irritants and skin issues. You might want to check the B6s, irritants, because of the vaccinations and all that. What time is it, Tobias? What time is it, Tobias?
No, you find me. It went black for a minute.
Okay.
My camera cut off for a minute, so that last maybe 5 or 6 minutes you just didn't get viewed because it just, I don't know what happened. It's
Okay.
forward, it's fine now.
It's fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So people were telling me about they had little issues with these vaccinations, and we had told on one of the other episodes about what these vaccines have in them, and how we need to help other babies with these different vaccines. And some of them are irrevocable, but the majority of them we can put back into their bodies, and they can be just as, but we have to keep it in our minds. Not a lot of processed foods. We don't want the processed foods in there because, and I know it's easier said than done, but a lot of the processed foods will help deplete the body of its nutrients. So we want to do that. When you having teeth issues, nerve issues, skin issues, I know majority of the B complexes would deal with those issues, but some of them do not. The B6s are the ones that's good for when you're looking at arthritis, sore mouth. Some people said to me, we have they had a sore, they're consistently having sores in the mouth or a sore mouth. What can they do for that? And I was just mentioning to them that we check our B6 B6 complexes or B complexes on that. People that have issues with arthritis a lot of times, and you're saying your muscles. I just left my chiropractor, holistic chiropractor, and he was doing some rubbing, some things, and all of that, and I told Tobias I'm still going to do my class. But arthritis and sore muscles, sore joints, these make sure your B6 are in place in your body. Insomnia, when you're kind of sleepy and you're trying to go to sleep, but you can't really go to sleep, check that B6. And also don't forget, sometimes it can be the allergens that are trying to keep you awake, so make sure that when you're going to bed, you drink your chamomile, or I was telling one of the sisters earlier, do that turmeric, ginger at night with a little bit of, I give certain people in the house almond milk with a little bit of a third of a teaspoon of turmeric, a third of a teaspoon of ginger, a little bit of cinnamon, just a pinch of cinnamon to give it to taste, and with a little honey, and or agave. So I put a little bit in there to taste, and that relaxes the muscles and helps relieve the tension and stress in the body, and helps you sleep with the insomnia. Yes, love.
Our brother in live chat here, DJ Sinus,
Hi, DJ.
which is Brian Gibson.
Hi, DJ.
People ask, what can I take for stomach reflex?
Acid reflux?
He didn't say acid reflux.
It says stomach
He
reflux?
just said stomach reflex, but he must be talking about acid reflux.
Okay, if you're having issues with reflux in your stomach, you might want to do the baking soda. That's one cheap way of doing it. Do a baking soda. You can do that, or you can do a little parsley water. Do a little parsley water and drink it down a little bit. Either you can do it hot or cold, and that would help with the reflux and the stomach reflux. You can do, like we said, baking soda is one of those good things you can do for acid reflux during the time. Now, if it doesn't work, then that means that you have a lot of acid.
Okay, he said, how about acid reflux? Okay.
Acid reflux. And a lot of times you want to make sure the acid in your gut is balanced, or maybe it's off. So if you can do, if there's too much acid, you don't want to do the vinegar. If it's alkaline, you want to do the baking soda, and just do baking soda. And during the day, if you know that you're going to be going to bed early or late, try to eat before 2 hours before you go to bed, and try that and see how that works along with the baking soda. A lot of people, like we said, from the Caribbean, they'll do baking soda and lime and put in there during the day. So when they do eat and things like that, their bodies are already alkaline and they're ready for bed. But make sure you can do that. Also, you know what also can work, and that is that ginger, turmeric tea that I was just mentioning, and add with the milk would help relax the body, but it also helps the gut and the whole system relax. And but like we said, make sure you eat no later 2 hours before you go to bed. I dare say 3 hours before you go to bed. And that will also keep your body from inflammation. When you get up in the morning, sometime you notice that your arm or your fingers are tight, or you can't bend them, and it's inflammation. You might want to make sure that you do the parsley at night, or the others that we just mentioned above. Okay? Thanks for that question. Thank you, love. One of the herbs that are high in B6 are alfalfa, or we just say it, alfalfa. And for those that don't do catnip, this is supposed to be catnip. It's catnip, and you don't know what catnip is. It's a cute little plant. And I know somebody told me that, someone told me this, and they said, Ema, I listen to you all the time, and you say all the plants are cute little plants. But they are. Depending on what you're looking at, they are cute. Just like this is a plant, this is a root. Actually, garlic is a root, and also onions are a root. And just, but anyway, it's cute. Or oak straw. I want to introduce you to that. And oak straw is one of those healing agents. But if you can't find these two, alfalfa is one of those that are high in B6. And it's high, really high in B6. For those people having issues with carpal tunnel or your muscles, and I know all day, I know you're probably typing in your arms, or that B6 helps with carpal tunnel. So you might want to watch that as well. It helps with the metabolism. You said, I can't lose. Why is it I'm having issues losing this weight? You might want to check your B6. PMS, B6. Mental imbalance, B6. Water retention, fluid retention. Listen, another thing. Family, you know what? I can't say this right off. Don't let me say this. One of the natural ways, if you're not wanting to do the drugs for the water weight things where they take for the water retention and flush it out, guess what helps? That helps get rid of the water fluid in your body. Parsley. What? Parsley will drain it, but don't do it too fast because you don't want to damage any heart or anything like that. But parsley, do a little bit at a time. Don't go overboard. I have to say that again. Do not go overboard. Then you say, don't go overboard. Well, the people in the Christian church used to say, don't go overboard. All that, you know what I'm saying. But don't go overboard with the parsley because it will, you don't want that extra little. Listen, numbness, B6, you want to check your B6. And your hair loss, B6, check your minerals. You want to make sure that your minerals are all intact. And your B6, you want to make sure B6 is there. Now there's also, now those are just some herbs. Now the foods that you might want to check out are things like bananas. My babies love bananas. My little ones around here, they love bananas. One day, I forgot and left it, and I put a plantain in there to buy. And I didn't realize I put a plantain in there, mixed in with the bananas. And I said, and they couldn't even tell the difference. Just ate that plantain right on, just as good. I'm like, good job, good job. Avocados are really good, are high. These are the type of foods that are high in B6. I had 5 down here. I meant B6 foods for B6. It's broccoli is good for high in B6. You say, broccoli is good for a lot of things. Yeah, it is. Cabbage, and I love broccoli. I'll put broccoli in the oven in a minute and have my little brown it up a little bit. You know, I gave you all my recipe already. Hi, my babies in Toledo. Oh, hi, y'all. Your Ema thinks you're wonderful. Pecans, sunflower seeds. You know sunflower seeds and walnuts are high in B6 complexes, and we're going to be done in a few minutes to buy it. But it's high in B6 complexes. Green leafy, you know I'm going to say about the green leafy vegetables. Your green leafy vegetables, if you just, somebody in our house don't like the green stuff, but I try to sneak the green stuff all the time, those green leafy vegetables, and it gives us so much nutrients in our bodies, I'm telling you. And there's one thing that I want to mention to you guys about nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is one of those, you say, yeast, Ema, isn't that bad on candida? Not this particular yeast. This particular is called nutritional yeast. And nutritional yeast is so high in B6 that it helps your hair grow. It does, it helps. But some, I love my bald babies. I just love my babies with the bald. I love them. I love my babies. I love my babies that keep their head shaved. I love my babies. I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. I love my babies. But don't even try to grow any, you all are good. But listen to this. Nutritional yeast will help grow. You have to be continuous and consistent with it. But don't overboard, don't take it overboard, but just a little bit in your food and things like that. And nutritional yeast actually tastes just like cheese. If you don't, for some that don't know, nutritional yeast tastes like cheese when you put it in certain foods. When I was eating popcorn, when I was eating corn, which I don't know, but when I was eating corn, I would put the nutritional yeast on the popcorn, and it tastes just like cheese. When I want to make a nutritional, when I want to do broccoli and I want to add a little, sound like it's a little cheese, so to keep you from doing the mold cheese, You could do nutritional yeast, and it tastes just like cheese, family. It's really nice. It's good. And it's good for you. So these are just a few of the foods that are high in B6. We want to make sure, baby, that your it adds with your metabolism. It aids, B6 aids in metabolism. So it's going to help you in many ways. So today I just came to tell you that I love you. I just came to tell you I appreciate all that you've done for us and how you do it. I thank you for all the encouraging words. Without you, I wouldn't be here to tell you the truth. Question?
Question about acid reflux.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a delayed answer, but I guess they didn't get some of the herbs that you're saying. Jason, pretty much asked, what herb can I take for all the reflux? Just wanted to know, which you just gave.
Well, we just take. Yeah, you can do.
Just rewind the video, and right when you ask your question, you'll see the answer that EMABarbs gave. She pretty much gave some words. It's pretty much right down for you.
Yeah, so you can do those. Immediate. Once again, immediate. You can do the baking soda and put a lime or lemon in there and shake and mix it in really quickly, and you could drink on that, put some ice cubes in there and drink that during the day. This is just over some things. And then either you can use apple cider vinegar, and that's good for reflux. Make sure you don't sleep in, eat 2 hours before you go to bed. And the rest is,
Reflux, I'm sorry.
and parsley.
Acid reflux, you said the apple cider vinegar, what the person's allergic to apple cider vinegar.
If they're allergic to,
What's a good alternative?
if they're allergic to apple cider vinegar, you can do the baking soda. Baking soda, lemon and lime mixed in, and you can drink that before you go, if you know you're dealing with acid reflux. And what that is just the acid in your body it's off. The acid is off. You want to make sure that you have enough air. Let me give you one example. When my grandbaby at one time had a little, and we took care of him for a little while. And for a little while, this is the family. I call him my grandbaby because he's a little bitty one, he's part of the family. But he was trying to eat so fast, and he ate just before he went to sleep. And when he woke up, we were taking care of him. And when he woke up, he began to throw up. And his mom says he happens all the time. Babies do that when they have acid, when they eat so fast or drink their food so much, and then they want to go straight to sleep. And when they wake up, guess what? They regurgitate back.
So you don't go to sleep with all that food, you want to eat so fast.
Right. Don't eat so fast, and don't go to bed. Make sure you eat 2 hours at least before you go to bed. And then you won't have that issue. And then, like we said, baking soda, get some baking soda and do that. And sometimes the acid in your intestine is so, it's off kilter. So there's more acid in your gut than is needed or necessary. So you want to do it that way. So you check one way or the other, and the other things that we mentioned already, just go back over that again, like Tobias said. And you can have that. So if that does not work, text me at EMABarbsHealth
At
gmail.com.
There you go. And just had it on the screen.
And see, note, then go back and you can, if that doesn't work, and that's not 80, with the things that we've already said, and don't forget the parsley water. And if that doesn't work, then let me know, and we'll go, because the Father, as you know, the Father is a plethora of different things for a lot of things that will aid our bodies. But those are just a few things. Another thing, you might want to do papaya seeds. Papaya seeds are really, really healthy, and they call papaya digestive enzymes. You can start taking those. They come in a little capsule. They're not very expensive, and you can get them. I think you can get them at a Walmart or a place like that, and just take 2 or 3 at night or during the time that you're having issues with your digestion. And remember, processed foods are not your friends. If you are still drinking cow's milk, please stop the cow's milk. And that's one of the things that adds to acid reflux, cow's milk. Cow's milk adds to acid reflux. A lot of people add the cow protein and a lot of things that you might eat that you're not aware that it does have pork in it. With the processed foods, they add a lot of pork and different other things in that, and you don't know it, and that adds acid to the gut. So you want to just go, and then from time to time, and I meant to say this too, from time to time, we need to fast at least once a day, once a week rather. Once a week we'll fast, we'll cleanse, reset the body. Sometimes if it's nothing but fasting, if you can't fast a whole day, fast 2 meals and only eat one meal for about 2 weeks. If you can, possibly. And when you do that, during that time, you can put like what we talked about in one of the other classes, chickweed. And as chickweed, you can get it as an extract and put it in your water, just a couple drops in your water. And during this time of fasting, and it helps purify better and much faster. It's called chickweed, just like chick and weed is one word, and you can get it as an extract. And just put a couple drops in there. Now, during this time, also remember you need your iodine. Your iodine during this time. Make sure you have at least 1 to 2 drops. I think we did a video at one time to buy about iodine. You might want to check that as well, and make sure your blood is circulating and circulation is going on in your whole body. But it also helps with the digestive system. This is good for allergies, family. And this is also good during this allergy season. You can do that. And fasting is one of those wonderful things. Keep in mind, apple cider vinegar is one of those things that help, or what they used to call kimchi, or any type of you can do, yes, you can do cabbage, fermented cabbage. What do they call it?
You just said kimchi?
Kimchi.
I know,
Bok, yeah, you can do it. That.
Napa.
Thank you. You can use that, and that's good for the bacteria or the digestive system during this time of allergy season. You can do that for that, and also for the gut. So those are a few things. And during this time that you're doing the fasting, don't forget you need water, lemon water during your fasting. Lemon or lime, or either you can do the baking soda, lemon and lime, but more water to it. Make sure you have water in your system, fam. I love you. And lemon is one of those things that helps during this time of the seasonal allergies, and also that will push out and help your gut. Okay? Any other questions? I thank you for coming into this class today. It was a pleasingly plum pleasure that you came to join me in this class. And remember, I'm here only because of you. You're the ones that allowed me to be here, to be an aid to you, and to be an imam. Imams are important these days. And someone mentioned that to me while this weekend. He said, imams are important, because not only do they teach the women, but they also share with the men some necessary things. And I'm just here for you. I bless the Father for you, and I speak Psalms 91 all around about you as about a shield. No evil shall befall you, no plague shall overtake you. And may this day continue to be healing, health, and wholeness for your spirit, soul, body, mind, and emotions. Let your thoughts ever be on the Most High as He fills you with His shalom. I love you. Blessings. Amen.
Ezekiel said, one love, Imam.
One love, baby.